Catch a free tram. Be there in 5 minutes.
All right, let's go live.
All right.
There's only 2 people watching.
Really?
Oh, we are live.
Are we live? You
Oops.
sure?
Yeah, I think so. Are we? Looks like.
I don't know.
Start again. All right, anyone?
Are we live? Let us know if we're live.
I think so. Maybe.
We think we're live. We didn't say anything bad, did we?
Not yet. All right, so it looks like something happened here. Hello, Rob. Welcome, everyone. So,
Hello.
all right, there's a few people now I can see. So,
Excellent.
welcome, everyone, to episode number 79.
79, 1 week to Christmas.
Yes, 1 week to Christmas.
Been getting busy.
Yesterday and today has been really full on. So, everyone is out and about, finally.
It's good.
So, not easy to come in. So, there's not any more less check-ins and operations, a lot more smooth and fluid. So, good to see quite a few people that we haven't seen for a very long time.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
Lots of delivery, lots of product coming.
And it feels like summer.
And it does feel summer.
It's hot.
Indeed. Absolutely. So, what's the plan today? Lots happening today. So, we've got our usual car here.
Yeah, well, let's start with that, eh?
I think so.
So we've got our car of the day. So if we can just get the make of the car, the model of the car,
Yes.
I guess the livery of the car,
Yes.
which is probably going to be pretty obvious because it's all written all over it. And I guess maybe what series it was used in.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know, actually. But
We'll get educated.
we will know. We'll learn a bit more. So, this week we received Hippo diecast.
It was really
A
good.
restock that we haven't had for probably a year or so. And this time we have quite a few 118 scales that are not as premium as the racing models that we have. But this is an example of a racing model which is a bit more affordable as well.
Yes. Yes.
And different series. Normally we focus on the really premium brands like the Ferrari, Lamborghini, and higher end cars. And this time we have more generic race cars of all kinds, some sport cars, some GTs, and also some movie cars. So we'll go through some of those a bit later on.
Yeah, so mid-range resin is still very nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a good look at this one, but looking impressive. So, as always, if you have questions, pop it in the comments and let us know if you want to have a look at anything last minute. We can just run and grab it.
Yeah. Oh, easy. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Shop is full of stuff at the moment.
Absolutely. So,
what do you got
let's
there?
get this out of the way. So
Let me
first
get it
thing
out of the
first,
way. These are good. Jigsaw puzzles.
we had this several times. This is an all-time favorite.
Yep.
During lockdown, we sold hundreds.
Well, since people couldn't get out and about and they couldn't explore the city, what better
Absolutely.
way to do it than in a jigsaw puzzle and a map?
Absolutely. This one is actually a map of Melbourne.
What, you mean the Melbourne maps on map in Melbourne?
The Melbourne map is a map of Melbourne, but
Wow.
it's really detailed and it's really fun
It is quite
to
amazing.
read. It's amazing.
So you can actually see our shop there too. See our shop's just over here.
That's
right
it.
there.
But
And what do
this
you got there
one
in the smaller box?
It's also a map of Melbourne.
Yep.
But it's a different Melbourne. It's Melbourne of 30 years ago, actually, 1991.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm pretty sure that this is the original large map that they made back then,
Yes.
and this is the newer version.
Yes.
So what you're going to see is obviously Melbourne is Melbourne,
Yes.
but it's period. Okay, so you'll see quite a lot of differences between these
That's
two.
right.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Is actually I was just looking at this just before we started, and there's some. It's impressive to see how the city changed. Like so, if you have both side by side, it's actually
Yes.
quite a good exercise to do to actually have a look what was in a specific location. I mean,
Well, that's right. Well, you can imagine the
South
Docklands.
Bank,
Yeah.
Docklands was all low rise at the time.
Yes.
So if you just compare that, but even the city itself,
Yep.
it's very, very interesting.
I mean, even this area here, which was that junction next to the
Yep.
shrine, that's all different now.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So big change. So good fun little project for your Christmas holiday or even for a gift, I suppose.
Yeah, no, they're really good.
So Puzzles.
Yes,
This is the year of the puzzle. I think 2021 is the year of the puzzles.
I like that. Need to get one.
Meanwhile, Rob, here we go. There's a few more jumping online.
Oop.
So Rob is asking if this may be a French car.
French. Well, I guess it is. It's got the same colours, mustard, and they like their mustard, don't they? Dijon mustard. So yeah, there's a good chance it's a French car.
Absolutely. So afternoon, Shane. So we've got Shane joining us again. Thank you for joining. So Matthew, welcome. Matthew's been shopping at Hearns for a very long time, so very good to read. Very good. So what else are we going to talk about? We've got some new plastic kits.
We've got a bit of everything here, haven't we?
Exciting. We've got die-cast that we're going to have a look a bit later on. We've got some slot cars. We haven't talked about slot cars in recent days, so thought to bring this up again.
Yeah, sure.
And Brad is going to talk about drift cars.
Drift's cool.
So it's going to come in.
Yeah, drift's getting
when
really
it
big now.
can at some point later on.
Yep. Okay. So what shall we do?
With plastic kits.
Okay. So the kits we got up here, we've got a whole lot of Meng back in the stock, and there's a couple of new things here as well. So let's bring down a couple. Now we've got the Chieftain Mark 10. Not sure if that's new, but I'm pretty sure it's new. Number 51, I reckon that's pretty new. So Chieftain, it's one of the main battle tanks that came out from after World War II. And from the Chieftain, you've got the Centurions, and then they evolved from there. So this is probably the first modern main battle tank that ever came out. And you can see how thick the boxes are.
Huge.
Yeah, and there's no interior on these. This is just box full of really nice parts. And apart from that, we've got the Neymar. Okay, so this is an Israeli armored personnel carrier. Now it's really massive. This is I'm pretty sure this is based on a Centurion chassis.
Yeah.
Because what the Israelis do, I mean, they're very clever with this. So as a chassis gets older and becomes obsolete, they reuse the chassis of it and they turn it into
around it.
That's right, and they use it as an armored personnel carrier.
Right.
So see, I think
big kit.
Big. I mean,
so all this, there's probably 10 or 12 different kits from Mang that we received this week. They're all huge. So
yes.
I can imagine that they probably have interior details, but definitely individual trucks, lots of detail.
Yeah, so they definitely have individual tracks, most of them. One of these actually comes with a new style rubber track because some people don't like the individual. And if you've done individual tracks before, they can be painful.
Let's have a good look at this. I'll pop it on the top camera.
Actually, this one's got the individuals. Okay,
so let's have a look at this. Actually, just start spotting the quality.
There's your bag of
individual trucks.
So you can see how that can be quite scary, but it gives that really natural drip. We've got springs in that one as well.
We've got springs.
Yep.
But was noticing the detailing actually. It's really well made.
Yep.
There.
You see all the welds, all the welds and stuff.
So really nice kit here.
Bit of photo etch included in there as well. There's no doubt that Meng makes some very, very nice kits.
Very, very clean, yeah. Big parts, actually. See?
Well, you see that's a gun barrel, and it's all wrapped up.
Yeah.
Okay, because basically what happened is some of the barrels would deform under the sun, because as metal expands and such, with minute movement, it'll change the accuracy.
Wow.
So he started insulating it with some fabric.
Brilliant.
So that is the big side skirts and stuff.
Yeah. Big tank, actually.
So really nice. I mean, quite often you'll see some boxes, they're just really big just to look impressive on the shelf. But
this is really full.
Packed.
Definitely full.
It's packed full.
Absolutely.
Okay, and so from there, we've got the Neymar. Okay, so we'll give a quick look at this. Maybe this has got the tracks I was thinking of. Right, so you can see
it's huge. That's really big, actually.
That is absolutely massive for 30 pips guard.
Can you see the texture, actually? There is...
Yeah, so the Israelis use this anti-slip texture so they could run across the top.
Yeah.
And you can imagine, as an armored personnel carrier, they need to get in and out pretty quick.
Jump out, run out.
And because it was a tank, the only opening is across the top there.
Yeah. Here we go. These are
those new style tracks. Okay, so if you built tanks in the past, you've probably seen the rubber ones. The rubber ones are okay because they're very easy to join together, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't really have a natural look to them.
Yeah.
But with these, you just see the profile there and just how they move. And as they stretch, they're designed to look as natural as possible.
So what do you do when you want to, when you have your individual trucks, you actually can glue them to take a specific shape to simulate the sag and
Yes.
all that. What do you do with this?
So with these, you can still simulate the sag, but you'll heat those up first. So you probably, as you can see, it's been in the box, so it's got these kinks in it.
Yep.
You drop that into some hot water, and it'll soften up, and it'll come back to its original shape. And then as you're gluing it on, you can glue each particular point where it touches the wheel,
Yep.
and then you put spaces on the top to press down to get that sag look.
Right.
So that after it dries,
Yep.
it's got the sag
Yep.
which is glued into it.
Yep.
So you can still get that effect with it. It's just a different way of achieving it. So in a way, it's harder, but in a way, it's easier because you're only joining one spot.
You're
right?
going to save some hours of work.
That's
here.
right. You got the band. You just got to spend a little bit more time if you want to do that saggy bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is probably more interesting after all, rather than having to join each individual piece.
Yes. Yes. And I think on a modern tank, it doesn't really matter that much because most of the sides are covered up anyway.
That's true.
You don't get to see the sag across the top. You will see a little bit of sag on the bottom if you want to make it look like it's going over something really rough.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's only the bottom, so it doesn't really make that much difference. But that's really nice. Really like that. And that's something really different too, right? So the Neymar.
So Shane is actually suggesting that
Yes.
It's the other way around. So first of all is the Centurion,
Oh, was it?
then
Then the Chieftain.
Chieftain, and
Right.
then the Challenger.
Oh, so what's this one? Is the Neymar based on the Challenger? No, the Challenger. No. That wouldn't be our Challenger. That would be the. Is that no? I'm all confused now.
All right, let's see if Shane has more details. We forgot this.
Oh, I forgot that. That'll probably be from here.
Neymar, yeah. Very good.
All right.
There you go. Back in.
All right. So apart from these, so they're the newer kits. All right, and then we've got some old favorites.
So we had this before.
Actually, that's a new kit there too. Well, let's look at these World War II kits. Let's see from there. Look how fat that bottom one is. Now that's the Mark V male from World War One, and we've also got the A7 from the Germans as well. Now this one's so thick because it comes with interior details. So
Actually, let's pop the top camera because the cross section that you have there on the box is impressive. Look at that.
So you can actually leave the side off this, and you'll see all that in there, and you'll understand why the poor guys that are in there.
Yeah.
They quite often got choked out because the exhaust was open exhaust, and the engine's just sitting there right in the middle of the in the chassis. So that was a tough gig being in one of them. But I guess it's probably better than just running out in the middle of the no man's land.
True that.
You know, with gas and stuff going off. You can see how it's all multi-panel.
Panel, yeah.
Yeah.
The construction is different because I guess it's much older tank and it was built differently too. So
Yes. Those are the engine components.
Yep.
So for 35th scale, I mean, they're a pretty massive tank. A lot of
all
parts.
panels, yeah. Here we go.
Here
The
we go.
sides.
Yep. All right, so this is a male tank. So who can tell me what the difference is between a male tank and a female tank?
Oh, let's see that.
So you got these parts as well.
Boom.
Yep. You can see how many wheels I had.
Wow.
All those axles are molded in place. So beautiful moldings. And then you've got individual tracks here, and the big chunky tractor style tracks.
There again, individual. So yeah.
Yep, whole heap of wheels. They're all the same. And then we've got a little bit of, that's the top section there for the driver.
Oh, the
Bit of chain.
It's nice. Nice
Yeah.
touch.
Really great kit. Beautiful kit.
Meanwhile, Shane is suggesting that the Neymar was potentially based on the Mephisto.
Oh, is that a Macabre, is it?
One more.
Oh, whoops. Keep leaving that out. Oh, no wonder it's so massive. Okay, in that case, that means that the Macabres were actually designed so that the engines were in the front,
Right.
and they had this clam door at the back for personnel to run out from. So they still would be able to get in and out on that. Oh, that explains why it's so big.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Thing.
Okay, so that's the male.
So meanwhile, Julian is suggesting the male has 2 Pandas, female just as machine guns.
That's right. That's right. So hence the male. So the male's got the big ones, and the female's got the little ones.
That's it.
That makes sense, doesn't it? All right, and we've got the A7 as well. So this is the big chunky tank that the Germans developed to combat those big British stuff. They made a few of them. They weren't that successful, But the Australians did capture one, and one of these, the last one remaining, lives in Queensland.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've actually got one of these, and it's called Mephisto.
Mephisto.
So there we go. So chunky. So actually, one of these was built and entered in Model Expo a few years ago,
Right.
and it won People's Choice. That's the one with all the soldiers across the top of it just hanging out. That was a really good model. So you can see all the bits and pieces here. This one doesn't have the interior detail.
Still,
Actually, it does.
it does actually. Yeah.
No.
Still lots of spruce here. Again, very nice texture here.
Yeah. So you've got the texture of the tread plate.
Like yeah.
Got all the little wheels and things. Got some rifles for the crew. Massive radiator.
Panels.
Lots of bits and pieces.
And our individual tracks again.
Yep, individual tracks.
I believe they will give you a little tool to build their individual tracks, isn't it? They will be
Well,
probably
Ming
included
usually
somewhere.
have a template, so you can
Template,
drop
yeah.
in a few of them and build them at the same time. Because otherwise, building one at a time can be quite
very long.
painful.
Just goes the other way around.
Goes like that.
Yeah.
Very clever with how they fit these things in. That looks good. And these aren't always available, so it's good to have a restock of some of those. So that's the A7. And then let's have a look at this. This is actually new. This is the T10. I don't know much about Russian stuff, but I do like the look of it. So when's this? 1960.
Wow.
Soviet forces in Germany, Berlin parade. The good old military parades. You know, big chunky, big massive gun. Let's have a look at this side profile. See how massive this gun is.
Wow, that's really long.
It's gone for the very low profile hull and low profile turret, so it became a very Soviet design feature
style.
for all their tanks.
Even the picture here, look how long is the gun.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it? That's male for sure, isn't it?
That's it. It's definitely male for sure.
All right, so there you go. Or just looking at that, this hull is about the same size as that Neymar hull.
Yeah.
And that just shows how big tanks ended up. I mean, King Tigers would have been shorter than this. Probably up to about there. You can see how big round turret. The turret's got some nice subtle casting texture in it.
Yeah.
You always enhance that if you want, but it's already there if need be. And there's the barrel, and you have the muzzle brake separate somewhere. A little bit of stowage there as well, which is a nice touch. And then this one has got all your individual tracks and individual pins.
Oh,
how do you like that?
Oh, wow. That's it. So next level again.
There you go. All that is track.
The real tracks, yes.
Actually looks a little bit painful, but I'm sure it'll look really good. And particularly on Russian stuff, they definitely do look better with the sag, because they did sag quite a bit.
Yeah.
So you got a nice rounded hole there.
Wow.
Beautiful. Okay, so that there is a T10 heavy tank, Russian thing. And then this is one of my favorites. This isn't new, but I think a pickup with a big gun on the back.
It.
That is classic and a very
Middle Eastern, I would say.
It's a very Middle Eastern, definitely.
So there's a couple of different models of this car of Utes, I think, for in the mega range. Remember?
Yes. So this is the cab type one. Then as we have a look,
got your chassis here.
Yep. So you got your rail chassis here. That's already in a ladder type format right there. Might be easier just to see the actual cab. So there's a cab unit. So 35th scale, so that matches up with all the tanks. So can you imagine I was showing the tank, it was this big, how huge it is compared to a pickup. And a pickup's normally a reasonable size. And then of course you got the gun section here. And that's that massive anti-aircraft gun, which is used for blowing off absolutely everything. It's just massive.
Everything.
It's a lot of firepower just on the back of a truck.
All the gear parts there.
Yep. There's the canopy and stuff. And then there's a figurine there as well. So you've got the guy that rides on the back. This sort of brings back memories of the original Terminator movie.
Yes.
Because there's that scene where they're showing in the future where the hunter killer's coming in and they're driving off, and there's a truck with this big gun on the back, and it gets blown up. So it's the same sort of concept. So there you go. Make some weaponry out of everyday items, I guess.
Absolutely. So
yeah, so we've got that. With that,
pop this back.
Yep. What else here? So here.
That goes on that side.
Yep.
So lots of kits, lots of plastic kits this week, and there's always stock incoming at the moment. So it's been quite positive. We received some Tamiya cars last week.
Yes.
We've got a few Hornets, there's still a Hot Shot from memory, Lunchbox.
Big week.
There's a bit of a selection, not as many as we.
Still got a Clodbuster out there too, haven't you?
And there is a Clodbuster actually, yes.
Super Clodbuster.
Super Clodbuster. So, bit of selection still. If you need a project before Christmas break, that is perfect. Big project.
Yes.
There is also Toyota Hilux.
Oh yes.
Toyota Hilux. That will make a huge project.
It will.
I believe there's probably a couple of gears. There's gear shifting. So quite a lot of work there and big challenging project. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So
how we go with the car?
Actually,
we
got
start
with the French. So
we've only got French, have we?
We only have
Is that
French.
all we got?
So let's move it a bit. That's sufficient.
There you go.
That's it.
It's got a massive camber going on, isn't it?
That is a massive camber. So that's what makes, I guess, racing even more interesting in this case, because they actually designed a car really actually how it was raced. It wasn't just like a standard model. So we'll have a look a bit later on, but there's so much detail on the wheels,
stuff inside,
and the interiors as well. Absolutely. So should we talk slot cars?
All right, let's talk slot cars.
We haven't done it for a while, so let's push this forward. We're going to bring up a couple of big boxes.
Yeah. So what have we got here? Both of these are a digital type.
But this system are digital. So this year, unfortunately, has been a bit challenge for slot cars manufacturers.
Yeah.
So Scx have supplied what they could, which means they've missed out on a couple of very important sets. The Bathurst Legend, which is a classic with Australian cars. It will come after Christmas.
Right.
But it will come, be delayed. However, for now, we have this one. And this is the digital system.
Well, digital's been hard to find as well.
So 3 years ago, probably Scx discontinued digital because the soda was more popular, the analog system, and they realized the complication. But they developed in the meantime the ARC system. The ARC was a hybrid, was analog with a control system run on an iPad type device, and that was enabling you to control your race through an iPad while not being digital.
Right.
And last year they brought back the ARC Pro with the digital system, which is again the iPad system to do race management. But bringing back the digital experience, which enables you to have multiple cars running at the same time, switching lanes, overtaking, and so forth. So very interesting set. So this is one of the biggest set they make at the moment.
Yes. Well, I guess the biggest point would be the special crossover track.
Absolutely.
So they can actually have cars actually running on the same track behind each other.
So I guess the idea, what should we do? Should we put it on the top camera so we can actually talk probably at the back?
Yeah.
What do you think?
So with the front first, and we'll flip it over.
Let's see if we can put it all in camera. Yeah.
Let's
zoom out a bit.
Zoomage.
So this is called 24 Hours Le Mans, and it does come with 2 cars. And as you see on the top right here, there is an iPad. And this is actually for your race management, lap time, and I guess control the rest. Fuel stops from memory too.
Yes.
So lap stop. Got wireless controllers. Got headlights working, and you can run up to, I think, 6 cars, if not 8. I believe 6 actually. Runs on a Bluetooth technology. So you connect your phone or your iPad to the truck, and you can put 6 cars.
That's cool. These are those prototype cars here.
Prototype Janetta, which one is actually really cool. Let's see if we can actually put it in camera. It's got like a bit of a fancy. It's probably not. Here we go. Probably hard to see. It's a bit that blue.
Oh, I've got reflections going on.
Reflection. Here we go. It's a
chrome
blue.
Yeah.
Chromy blue.
Yeah.
Really shiny. So if we flip this box.
Just to give you an idea of the layout.
Okay. So as you can see, it's your layout. With this
Bring it up here
box, you can do, I believe, 6 or 7 in different configurations, actually.
Yep.
Actually, here we go. 7.
Oh, there you go.
So with the same pieces, you can do all these different layouts.
Yep.
And then obviously you can buy your expansion packs down here. And
Yeah, so there's like the sort
pit
of
lane.
chicane type. Oh, that's a pit lane.
it's a pit lane.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool.
So it's a pit lane. You can extend as long as you want.
Yep.
And then you have the chicane you're talking about. She's not here even. But there's a chicane.
Yep.
There's a turn with a crossover.
Yeah, that's a bit tricky,
Guaranteed
isn't it?
crushing.
Yay.
Always. There's a jump.
Yep.
There's a hairpin. It's a very tight corner. Simple extension. That's probably one of the easiest way to go
for
about.
sure. You can either make it longer or you can just make it wider this way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And then there's a few other bits and pieces. You can make individual tracks and just make it up as you go.
Yep.
I guess the idea of digital is that you're controlling the car and not the lane. That's how it used to be with the analog system.
Yep.
Isn't it?
No, that's right. Yeah.
And I guess bring it back a bit. Let's see if you can see the crossover, because I guess that's it right there. You see here. So that's a crossover point, which means that the cars can change lane here. So as you press the button on your controller,
Yep.
as the car approaches this piece of track here, you just change lane.
Yep.
And the idea is they can overtake. So if you have a slow car, you just overtake.
Yep.
For most of us, it's probably crushing point. It's the fun part of it.
Well, that's it.
But that's the innovation, I guess, with the digital.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean that's a game changer, really,
That is a game changer.
because everyone just used to be used to having the set layout,
Yeah.
and then to make it even, you just flip over to use
That's
the
the
other
other
lane.
side. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Now it's game on.
Yep.
You can have 6 cars,
Yes.
and then you have to overtake and do all sorts of things. So, and that's for Scx. So
That's cool.
putting this down.
Yep. So that's the electric system.
Scx digital.
Yep.
Now we have another digital system which is called Scx. It's huge box.
Yep. So they call themselves the Scx Advanced System.
Now this works in a very similar way. So it does have an app, and
Yep.
you can run your race management through your telephone or iPad.
Yep.
You can run it to 8 or even 10 cars on this one.
Up to 9 cars.
9 cars, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
And it comes with a very traditional layout system,
Yep.
like a figure of 8.
Yep.
Um,
This one comes with 2 crossovers.
yes, it does have 2 crossovers. There's one here and one
Just under the bridge. Yep.
I guess you can move them wherever you want. Obviously, as you build the track, it does have all the guardrails, which are really, really important, because the car tend to kind of drift a little bit, and that helps to keep the car on track.
Yep.
I really like the cars that come in here. Is a Audi R8 and a Mercedes.
Very modern.
Very modern, very suited to this kind of racing.
Hmm.
And what else? I guess similar principle. You can have 9 cars and race and switch lanes, crash, win.
That's pretty exciting, this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is actually quite well priced too at $399. It's a really good opportunity. And as always, you have extensions. So you can buy, turns of all kind and more straights and build it as you go.
Yeah, very expandable. Very easy to expand on these.
And this is one of these kind of, hobbies that never, you never grow too old for this.
No, that's
Stock
right.
Cars,
We used to play with these when you were a kid too, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, stock cars.
Yeah, that's cool.
So if you have any questions on slot cars, just pop it in the comments, and we can expand if needed.
Yeah. So we've got quite a few sets at the moment.
Definitely.
And I guess, the digital systems, like either the advanced SCX or the digital Scalextrics,
Absolutely.
they're the top rung. They're really good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really versatile. And if you need to stay home, they're the best bet just to lay it out. And
Absolutely.
you can make it really interesting. You just race all day.
That's right. Even my young girls are playing with this. They love it. They
Right.
just like to build it. The building side of things is exciting.
Yes.
Obviously, never joins together, no matter what you do.
It's about getting the right amount of curves
Absolutely.
to match your straights.
But that's part of the game, is setting up. You have
Yeah.
to clean the room,
Yes.
make space, and then just go around the table and the chairs to make it work. Because you start with a small set, and then
Yes.
every few weeks you get a couple of extensions, and all of a sudden you get a massive set, and you have all this building exercise. So
I guess you're going through the forest when you're going through the chairs.
exactly. And then when the car crashes, it crashes always under the chair,
Of course.
obviously, or under
Of
the
course.
table. So brilliant. So for now, Rob is suggesting there is a Peugeot.
Yes.
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 We have it.
Yes.
It's Peugeot.
Yes.
And which one?
Which model is it? You should be able to work it out.
Which one? Let's see. So in the meantime, Clifton is say 62, and he's routing a wooden slot car track right now. Wow.
Oh, really?
That's enough.
But as you're watching, you go, "Oh, this."
So
Watching the show.
that's classic.
It is.
I guess when I was younger, we were racing with my dad in a big, slot car track, and that was obviously a wooden type track, traditional.
Yep.
And so what used to be, you route it. You just have to, you get your timber and just route your way around. Yep. Then you put your contacts and your braids.
Yep.
Because actually are real braids.
Yep.
Now are metal, flat metal. How do we call them?
Press plate.
Press plate.
Yep.
But at the time, and on the high end tracks, they're kind of a braided type material that you stick to the track to get your contacts. So, well done.
Good stuff.
Well done.
That sounds exciting.
That's a big project. And then you need to, I guess, prime it, paint it, and make it all look nice and pretty. So,
well, I guess you can do whatever track you want, can't you?
Absolutely. So, Mr. Lot, if you're around, you jump on Facebook. I think it's called Mr. Lot from memory.
It's a modularized system.
They're here in Melbourne, and they put some really interesting photos on their Facebook page of the construction process of the slot car truck. So, jump on Facebook and search Mr. Lot, and it's definitely interesting to see how traditional slot car trucks.
Yeah, and if you want one made, and you can get one from them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you make anything custom, pretty much, or even semi-modular.
Yeah,
very interesting. So great. So Clifton is actually using copper tape. Here we go.
Yep,
that's it.
Cool.
So great. Well, Clifton sent some photos as you go along. It'll be really interesting to share them around to show everyone how it's actually made a wooden slot car system.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Good stuff.
Good one. All right. So
I saw Brett here before.
Brett was here a moment ago.
And he's run off.
It disappeared again.
Okay.
So can we hear him? No.
Shall I go and find him?
Go and find him.
All right. I'll go hunting.
In the meantime, we should have a. Oh, here we go. I was gonna show this Peugeot.
What are you showing?
We're trying to identify which model this Peugeot may be.
Well, you're giving it away. It's Peugeot.
No, we already established that.
Is it from France?
Yeah, we established
it's a French Polo.
Yeah.
By Alio.
It's a 205. Is it a 205?
Is it a 205? It's way bigger than a 205.
No. Depends from
what perspective. Stretch a little bit.
Hey?
It's a 205.
Is this a 205? This is a GT86.
Man, that looks like a bit of a stealth
car
on the black.
It says what it is on the side. Can nobody see that? Is it just me?
No,
just you.
You. Sorry, I don't want to give it away.
You want to take this black thing off so we can see your stealth car?
Black and black.
There we go.
Black on black.
So
have a look what we've got here. Hi guys. So today get that away from me. What's been huge for us this silly season, this madness, this festive season, drifting.
So
isn't it?
Drifting, yeah.
They've been going out, so I thought I'd bring one in to show it. This is a GT 86. Obviously a replica of a Toyota, 2-door matte black, and this is from Team Magic, the E4D Drifter, and this is a brushed version of a four-wheel drive.
They do a good job, don't
they? They do a really good job. It's got light buckets in there, which doesn't have holes, which is pretty cool because then you can just fit your own LEDs. You don't have to buy anything.
Still pretty decent, don't they? It looks like reflectors. They look pretty scale. Better than just a sticker, isn't it?
Absolutely. It is. It is better than a sticker. And they've got like a diffuser, like molded in, and exhaust and wing, and they've got the mirrors and the wipers.
Yeah.
So they're pretty cool. For what they are, entry level drifter, really cool, ready to run car. The only thing you need to buy for this is your battery and charger. And even with the cheap LiPo, it'll go for like an hour with like a 5200 apparently. They go forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they don't draw a lot of current.
They don't draw a lot of current because they don't really have the traction and the torque.
Yeah.
So young Thomas that's with us, he's got one of these and he thought, no, you know what, it needs more power. So he put a brushless conversion in it, and all he does now is wear out tires every battery.
So
he said it was better with the brushed motor. He said it was a better car with the brushed motor. Right. Now it is 4-wheel drive, which is really cool.
How do you pop the top camera so you can actually look at some of the...
Now I really like the silver surface.
Isn't that cool? That's a real hark back to like the 90s.
I remember
You'd
when
say?
Masami first used that on his race cars.
Yeah.
And someone said, "What's the advantage of the silver surface carbon?" And he said, "It reflects the sunlight and stops it from getting too hot."
There you go.
So there's a reason for everything.
Masami is a man of wisdom.
He
for
is,
sure.
indeed.
He
You don't
is.
become multiple world champion just being a nothing.
No, that's right.
So yeah, it's really, really cool. So it is just, I won't say it's pure carbon. It is just like carbon sheet sandwiched over fiberglass.
Yeah, but I mean, the give in it is what it sort of needs, right?
Yeah,
Because
well, it has
because
no
it can't-
traction.
well,
So
that's right. And it can't actually roll, right?
No.
Because it's got no traction. So a bit of movement in the chassis would help.
absolutely, and they
Yeah.
have super light dampening,
Yep.
probably like
Yep.
5 weight or something in
Yeah,
there.
because you want it to react really
You want
quick.
it to be reactive.
Yep.
But nice
yeah.
metal shocks though, so that
Yeah.
it's very well finished. So metal shocks, metal drive shaft.
Yeah, metal drive shafts, front
One
and
way.
rear CVs, and it's got obviously a one-way in the front. And what that does is it acts like a handbrake. So when you hit the
Mhm.
brakes,
Massive overdrive as well.
yeah, massive overdrive. So when you hit the brakes, it just locks the back like a handbrake, and
Yep,
you can
yep.
still got steering and
Yep.
and control of the car. It's got good steering lock for four-wheel drive.
Yep.
I haven't had it on the setup station, so I don't know the angles.
Well,
but
that is a lot of loss,
It's
though.
pretty
You
low.
that is
see
a
it.
lot. Yeah, it wouldn't be as much as the current generation rear-wheel
Yep.
drive units. They're like nearly 90 degrees now,
Yeah,
aren't they?
yeah.
Which is in fact probably less scale because the real
Yes.
drifters don't have that. So and it's got the discs on there.
Yep.
It's got the overdrive to ensure that we've got a nice controllable slide and action.
Yep.
Yeah, really good car.
Well, the
Electronic
interesting thing is,
controller.
I'm sure a lot of people
Dean's plug.
don't. Yes, Dean's plug makes it a lot easier. A lot of people don't realise that how much design difference there is in getting a drift car to actually work really well. So this arrangement here with the motor and such, well, you would expect that to be over here on touring car with the motor on the other side. So this is getting the weight further towards the front to get the pendulum effect.
Well, I suppose it's reducing it so it makes it more nimble, but without it just getting to a point and then just letting go.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
The braking, yeah.
Yeah, without it. So they put it, but then they got the battery at the back. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, like BJ said, a lot of thought does go into it. And I think from all reports, they're really good and they're
Yeah.
super popular.
Yeah.
And I can see why. Probably the only repair that we do it work wise is the spur gears.
Yeah. Not even the belts. I
No.
don't think I've ever ordered a belt for this car.
No spur gears. That's it.
Normally it's something to do with a stone or something. Or
And the
something
tires, of
control.
course.
And the
Yeah.
tires, yeah.
Yeah, but the tires
And the
are
bodies.
relatively cheap.
The bodies are probably the most fun part on this car because you can customize them and make them look extremely realistic.
Absolutely. So people put a lot of stickers, a lot of time into them.
This has got light buckets,
yeah.
which you can put real lights on.
And we've showed before that
Yeah.
Yokomo do a fantastic range of drifting stuff, and their bodies in
That's it.
particular are super popular.
That's
Like
it.
the new Supra is pretty spectacular, isn't it?
It is really
Mm.
good. So I'd like to see one of those mounted up on a car yet. I haven't actually seen them, but yeah, I know that there's a lot of people out there doing good things. Yeah, these are really popular, and I thought I'd show it because we've probably spoken about it before. But yeah, it's
No, it's
all
good.
adjustable shocks.
The
as
motor
far
is dead
as-
center in the middle of the chassis.
That's right. It's not like it's really good value. Oil filled diff, like I said, all adjustable geometry as far as your cambers and your toes, your roll centers. It's really like a really good entry level sort of competition drifter.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. It's got all the right stuff on it.
and what else have we been talking about today?
We have been talking about slot cars.
Can't help yourself,
Slot
can you?
cars. We talked about plastic kits and tanks. What else have we discussed? We talked about puzzles.
The slot cars you said we talked about.
We touched on slot cars, yes.
That's really good.
We've still got
Okay.
people trying to work out what the Peugeot pepper mill is all about.
I think
The Peugeot, what?
Pepper mill.
What's peppermint?
Well, Peugeot are famous for making pepper mills for grinding pepper.
yes.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Every good French restaurant has Peugeot pepper mills.
Well, it shows that I don't go to good fresh restaurants.
Obviously.
That's it.
Obviously, just go to the cheap ones.
Yay.
No,
That's
I
it.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
But-
Thanks for having us. Yeah, go on.
Small update. We have,
What are we updating on?
what are we updating on? We are updating on hot bodies. So hot body shipment is due very soon. So for those that are planning to rebuild their cars for next year or
Rebuild their cars, refit. We're going to have hopefully a special offer
on a GT,
On a GT.
Yeah.
We're going to do a special offer on e-buggies,
that's it.
I think. Get more people geared up, ready for we really haven't had a good racing season for a couple of years. So I
No.
think 2022
Hopefully,
going to give
gonna be
people the
able-
opportunity to kit up, get racing. The GTE, the 1/8 GTE, I mean, I rattle on it about all the time, but they've got entries of like 20 to a
Yeah.
club race in,
Yeah.
in New South Wales. I'm so jealous. So, yeah,
good, isn't it?
they're really showing us the way
Yeah.
with GT. We've got a couple up there running around, and the hot bodies ones are doing fantastic.
absolutely.
It's just been a real inopportune time, I suppose. It's just the timing.
Agreed.
We just didn't have kits at the right time, so that's been fixed, and we're going to have kits coming in about years.
Got a new GRP order on the way with the harder compound rings.
Yeah,
which
we've
is
ordered
really
the
important.
two. Yeah, the boys again from New South Wales gave us feedback saying they're really, really good if we could get harder wheels.
Yep.
Nick spoke with the Italians, and I said, "Yeah, well, we've got a white extra hard wheel, so,
Oh, really? Okay.
so we're
lovely.
getting a full restock of white extra hard wheels
Yep.
on the S3, S4,
Yeah.
S5
Yep.
treaded Revos. They seem to be the fastest tires out there, so that's really cool. Yeah, Sweep coming in again.
Sweet coming in again. and
Yokomo coming in again.
Yokomo, actually.
Aramax coming in
that's right.
again.
That's right. So
Wow.
very much. And next year we're going to have some new 110 scale tires.
We're going to have some new 110 scale tires. I don't know if we can talk about it
I
yet.
think we should.
Yeah?
I think
Oh.
we should. How about we do it? So,
What is it?
what is it?
What is it?
Hot race.
Oh, how
Is
do you
it?
know that?
Hot
So
race tires have come to the party.
that's it. So from the order is in. So from probably mid-January or so, we should be able to have in stock the 110 scale range. They've got a couple of really good, nice track patterns and
Yep.
quite a few compounds specifically designed also for clay and oil-based trucks, which is what we're running here at Kilo. But I guess they have the full range from soft, super soft, medium, but all the way to
Yeah.
clay and oil.
And they're an innovative. They're a fairly young company, aren't
Very
they?
young
They've
company,
been around for a while, but they're based out of Italy. They're really big into 1/8 foam.
Yeah.
So they love their panko and stuff.
Right.
I mean, which is huge over there.
Mm.
So, and they've expanded out and their rubber technology. They're doing 1/10, and I know that a lot of the fast guys in the US, the one of the fast 1/8 guys, they're on a hot race rubber. So they're getting development. There's a leading developer over there in America now.
US,
in
yeah,
North
I think
America.
it's, Pavidis is
Mark Pavidis.
is involved in the development,
Yeah.
and
So-
Mark was involved in AKA.
AKA.
So yes, and I guess he's a world class.
Well, he's a world
Mm.
champion.
So
95 world champion.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
He's probably getting old, much like myself, but he's still actively involved. So he's leading the development and the product stages over in
Yeah.
North America.
North America, absolutely. So
And I know in 1/8 we've got some really good. We've got the Cole Ogden, we've got the Hot Bodies driver,
Yep.
Ty Testament, and these are two of the fastest guys in the states at the
Mm.
moment, as well
Absolutely.
as Mark's son's name, Ben. Going to get it confused. I think it's Ben Pavidis. His
Yep.
son is really coming up through the
Right.
ranks as a world class driver. So yeah, so they're going into 1/10. We're jumping on board and really looking forward to working with them.
absolutely. So
It's gonna be good.
Having more tires, more than you can poke a stick at.
that's it. This year has been a challenge with tires. Even last couple of years, and so we need to have options really, because at
Mhm.
times there's actually not product. Let's forget a brand. We just need to have something
Yeah.
to race
And that's
on.
what we're trying to do. We're trying to service and give
Yeah.
our customers and our racing team as well. And that's another point we could probably talk about.
Yes.
We've been doing a bit of a race
recruitment.
driver recruitment,
Yep.
building the team for 2022 and beyond.
Yep.
So, like I said, with no racing in the past 2 years, really, it's sort of fallen by the wayside, and we probably haven't been able to put as much effort into it as we'd like. But it seems that we're getting more and more racing brands,
Yep.
getting more and more products. So we feel that we need more and more drivers to
For sure.
come and represent, give us feedback,
Yep.
tell us what we need to be getting, what we
Yep.
need to be looking at,
That's right.
what could be better, what could be worse.
So yeah, don't miss out on the opportunity
Yeah,
because there's only a small window left for sending in your resume. So where do the resumes get sent to?
RC at hearnshobbies.com.au.
.com.au.
Yep, and you guys will be pretty much getting us the template response for the moment.
Yep.
We're just too busy with Christmas, but
Yep.
we'll be addressing it early in the new year, getting everybody on board that we can. Really looking for juniors who are looking to step up.
That's it.
You know, it doesn't have to be just fast guys and state titles and A-main drivers. We're just looking for a big pool of people to share our products,
Mhm.
to share our knowledge, give us feedback, like I said, and grow the good brands and keep us as leaders in the field. So, yeah, so get your racing CVs in, drop us a line, get in touch, and yeah, so looking forward to a big 2022.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
I
Great.
think everyone's going to be out next year.
I
Nothing's
think
going to
so.
hold us back.
No.
No.
No. Are we going
off the
anywhere?
leash.
Let's go.
Hearns Racing off the leash.
That's it.
Even you, Beige.
Hashtag, mate.
Hey, we've got
Unleash.
off Velodrome,
Unleash.
we got Vix, we got everything. South
That's
Australian big race. It's
Yeah,
Velodrome.
it's gonna go off. Yeah.
Don't forget about Velodrome for the fun.
Where was that body? Where are you hiding that? Did you get
Where?
that
Who?
body painted? That body you painted up.
The
couple
painted
weeks
body.
ago.
Oh, you hang around here. I'll bring out my painted body.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think he's done?
Maybe 2 or 3 weeks before he's actually.
How
back.
many colours do you think he's done? Well, he's talking about, oh no, I've got to relocate my studio.
Yeah, the
and this
studio's
and
moving.
that.
Yeah. Actually, Beach has been moving his garage back in the shop.
That's right.
Look at
Oh,
this.
look at that.
Oh, it's tinted,
Look at
clear.
Is that TS80, I think?
I spent about 2 minutes on this just looking at it.
Sizing it up. Right.
So it looks like it's going to fit on the chassis. And as far as colours have gone, I don't have any idea.
I think you're going to put stickers on the window. So you're going to reverse painting.
I found an old photo of one of my old cars, and I might do one of those retro flame type paint jobs, very Japanese style one. It was a repeating flames on the side and flames across the top here. But colours I haven't decided because I used to have this ghost scheme, which was grey and white and silver.
Yeah.
But we do know that on the velodrome, I'll probably not see it and I'll
No.
smash into the fence.
On
That's
concrete, because the velodrome is in fact white
Concrete
and
grey.
Yeah.
So it's probably not a good choice.
So
So we'll have to
racing on
reconsider
black
that, eh?
asphalt. Yeah.
We will reconsider that. But it's going to look good. We don't have much time, do we?
It's gonna be
No.
really cool.
Looks like end of January or so.
January.
We'll need a
That's
date.
where we're sort of looking at.
Yeah.
Can I go and show you one of the coolest things that I've got for a while? Can I do a quick shot run?
Yeah.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on.
go,
Go.
So
How about the little mustard car we got here?
mustard car.
So we got any more takers?
No, there's no more
Come
takers.
on, can't be that hard.
Let me see.
Like, how about we change the angle?
Yeah.
We'll change
Oh,
the
that's
angle.
it. I think that's a game changer.
All right.
It's still yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at that. All right, let's make some room.
Oh, this needs some space.
How cool is it? Did we even talk about this, or do I just dream about talking about this?
we mentioned it.
We made
Did
it.
we?
Yeah,
We-
we just mentioned it before.
Did you?
Yeah,
How
but
cool is it?
well, since you got it there and we can barely see your head, right? Everyone can see just how big this thing is. So this is the Super Clodbuster.
Not just any clodbuster.
It's super.
Super duper.
Yeah.
So it's got twin motors.
Yeah.
Hey, the X-Max doesn't even have twin motors.
No.
They
That's
might
right.
only be 540s, but
Still. The old E-Revo brushed had 2 motors.
did it?
Yeah,
There you go.
Four-wheel steer.
Four-wheel
four
steer.
wheels. Yeah, so you can put the driver on each side of the car.
So this is, I suppose, super iconic. No, this is in the first generations of. I mean, this is the second
Well,
generation.
this is when
of
monster
truck.
trucks were getting big in the States.
Yeah.
And they did, they started doing stadium trucks, but then they thought, this just makes up massive. And so this is the massive of the massive they made, the Clodbuster.
Yeah. What are we going to see if we open the box? Can I
We're
open
gonna
it?
see big bits.
Can I see a big tire? I just want to.
Oh, for
I just
sure.
want to squeeze a big tire. You know me.
Big tractor tires, mate.
Look
Look
at
at
that.
that.
So are you telling me it's got a hard plastic body?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That
it's
looks
scale
like
on
that
scale.
looks like it's come off my family's quad bike up at the farm. Hey, look at that! You just want to squeeze it.
Are you old enough to remember the Marui Big Bear?
I don't know that I am.
You don't
dude.
know?
No, you have to
They used
educate
to,
me on
they
that
used to
one.
have those cars driving around a little track on the TV show.
Look at the rims.
They are just 80s ugly, aren't they?
They're not ugly.
Well, sort
It's
of.
called billet machines, mate.
Big center line, big dish. Anyway, right. I've come.
Are
I've
there any gears
seen.
in here? Look at the chunk of munkers.
What are you doing now? Don't you ferret around in there? We'll be here for days.
Look at that
What's that?
chunk of munker gears.
Huge. Pause.
For the grunt of a
Actually,
540.
those can be
Look at the
bearings
size of
too.
that.
Is
Look
that
how
the
chunky
diff
those
gear?
diff bevels are.
Imagine the surveys back in the day. They would have struggled with this.
Oh, they would have. Oh, but it uses 2 servos.
Everything double.
Everything double
Yep.
trouble.
That's it.
Anyway, I'm sure somebody would love to model this.
There's a
Hey.
blower.
Rightio.
Chrome blower.
Don't get too excited, mate. Come on.
How can you not get excited over that?
Well, I was pretty excited. That's why I wanted to bring it in. Because it's the only one, it will probably be the only one ever that I'll see in my lifetime.
Oh, come on.
Well, you never know. These things are so rare. Like,
Yeah, it's true that we haven't had them for a very long time.
they're super rare. We might not see them for another 30 years. So, yeah, super clodbuster.
It's cool, isn't it?
I'm out.
You're
Hey,
out.
when's our show next week?
Same
Next
time,
week.
same place. 2
Friday.
p.m. Friday, 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Are you not planning to be here Friday?
Where are you going to be?
It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Building a tree.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
Ah,
cool. We're going to be here for Christmas.
yeah.
That's it.
Ah, that's the best. All right, guys. Take care.
Take
Thanks
care.
for having me.
So, yeah.
All right, so you got some guesses here.
Oh, we got
We
better
went back and
guesses.
That it may be a Ford or a BMW. No,
No, they're not French.
And true.
How about this? Oh, that's a
I'd
bit
say
more
that
recognizable.
We're gonna have to give
How's
it
that?
away. So as we wait for this and have a discussion, we should look at
Look
some
at
of
a
the
different
diecasts. We haven't had much of a discussion about diecasts in general, and so I thought to bring a selection. Oh, these are quite special, actually.
Oh, they're cool. I love the livery on it.
That's a classic livery, so you can't go wrong. And so this manufacturer, it's Motomax. It's a very large diecast manufacturer. They have a massive range, and they've done a selection of cars in 24 scale with the Golf colors. And you go from something a bit old school, something a bit more modern.
Yeah,
They've got a
it's Merc.
van. They've got
It's
all
SLR,
kind of
isn't it?
different cars.
They're really nice.
They're really well made and relatively inexpensive too. But they make such a having a collection of this 6 or 7 is actually quite cool. This light blue is obviously very nice, and overall they have a really good finishing. The quality of the paint is pretty good considering the fact that it's a more of an entry level diecast model. It's actually quite well made.
And I think this particular series of cars it's good enough for kids to play with as well. So you don't have to worry too much about bits breaking off. Obviously, you have the mirrors, which are going to be a little bit fragile. But you've got opening panels, you've got opening doors, and then they'll roll around on their axles as well. And they're reasonably expensive.
Yeah,
So you don't have to worry about keeping them pristine.
absolutely.
But they look really good straight out of the box anyway.
So going from diecast, there's little cars from about even $5-10.
Yep.
And then you go up to the hundreds of dollars.
Yes.
Before even moving into the racing models like we have at the Frontier now,
Yeah.
like we've shown a few times before. And I guess the quality and the level of detail is increasing as you go up in price. So there's something for virtually any kind of need and opportunity and collector.
Yeah, for sure. There's always a different category. Well, it depends on how much you want to
Absolutely.
spend, really.
That's right.
So
That's
obviously,
right.
the more you spend, there's always some advantages.
Exactly.
So the more you spend, the better the paint finish is going to be, the finer the details, the more
Absolutely.
style it's going to look. But there's plenty in between as well.
So, Kate, then, when you talk about paint finishing, let's see.
That's pretty spectacular. So this is John Wick's car. Have you seen John Wick?
No, I haven't
You
seen
don't know what
Wick.
John Wick does?
No.
Now, he's got this spectacular car that he absolutely loves. Gets
Right.
stolen and all sorts of things happen to it. Gets smashed up and then gets rebuilt.
Right.
And it's all about killing and guns, and that's really good.
Stuff. Yeah.
So I think there's up to 3 so far, and we're looking forward to a 4th.
Right.
And it's Keanu Reeves.
That's
He's-
it.
He's just
So-
magical.
Probably hard to see with the
No.
box. You don't really want to open this because it's quite special. But this kind of chrome, what do you even call it? It's a grey blue
Well, it's tinted chrome,
tinted
isn't
chrome.
it?
Yeah.
It's got a it's a cool looking chrome in that it's cool toned. So it's got a greeny blue tone
Greeny
to
blue
it, doesn't
tone,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. Looks pretty spectacular.
Very spectacular. And again, as we're saying, you pay a little bit more, but you have this very special finish.
Yes.
Really polished.
Yes.
Really shiny.
Well, you can see face in it.
You can-
It's mirror finish.
Absolutely. See, it's probably
You can see sort of reflections there.
yeah.
You can just see my fingers there.
fingers.
So really clean. So pretty spectacular.
And so this is another diecast model. And then what do we have here? I brought this one here. I don't think we yet opened this model here.
So this is a resin model.
This is a racing model, isn't it?
You need the special opener.
No, I think we may be okay with
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
You good?
this is it.
Because you know I've got a YouTube video on how to open a box.
Yes, we are.
How to unbox a box.
So we have a video on how to unbox a box. Is this?
There you go. So inside you're going to find a white box. And then inside that white box.
There is a blue car.
Wow, look at that.
So let's go back
That's
on
pretty
top. Again.
spectacular. Sort of French blue, isn't it?
So this is a
What is this?
Corvette. One of the
Wow.
new Corvette, and is a racing model like we've seen many times. But it's a bit more of a entry level, I guess, racing model.
Yep.
It does have the usual features that you find in a racing model, which is
See if I can zoom that down a bit so I can get some.
yeah.
look at
So as you can
details.
see, the very thin kind of glass.
Yeah, so
um,
so it's very distortion free because of the
Yeah.
how thin it is.
I guess the panel lining is very, very fine,
Yep.
which is, I guess, to scale to a degree.
Yes.
Compared to the diecast where the gap is a lot more, I guess, evident.
Yep.
A lot more detail, I guess, overall.
Well, that's
Interior
right.
details.
Yep. The lights have got this really nice look in them as well.
That's
I'm
right.
just going to leave it inside the box because it's actually screwed in. So with these particular models, we don't want to manipulate them too much.
Too much, correct.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of videos on our channel that we explain the difference between a racing model and a diecast. And then we have videos on how to clean them and a couple of I guess reviews. But that's really nice actually.
So this is what we'll consider a mid-range resin.
model.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So these are from memory around the $300 mark.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Compared
And
to the
that's roughly half the price of a top-end resin.
correct.
And top-end can even go up further as well.
Close to the $1,000 mark.
Yes.
Yeah. In the same 1/18 scale. If you go bigger than that, it could be a lot more.
Yeah.
You know, we had some was it 12 scale from memory?
Yep.
And they were about $2,500.
Yep.
So, and what else? Many opportunities, as we said. So there's something for any kind of budget and any feature. There's every car made in every possible color
Yes.
out there.
That's right.
So there's never enough, and there's new releases all the time.
Nice.
So brilliant. So we have some guesses. I think we're getting closer.
Are we getting closer?
306 or 406. I think it's
Oh,
definitely one of
yeah.
those two.
Well, it won't be a 306.
It's definitely not a 306.
It's as much as a 306 as it is to what I called it was a 205. Much bigger, so it's a higher number.
Meanwhile,
Oh, what do
we
you got
keep
there?
guessing.
Oh.
One of my favorite.
It is, isn't it?
So let's
You
put a
can't
top
keep-
camera and see if this guy. So these are really good fun, a good fun range of diecast from Jada, and they're mostly related to movies and cartoons. These come with a figure, so there's always a diecast model to represent the movie or whatever car was in the movie, but there's also the little figure, and this guy talks. So let me see if you can hear that. We don't know exactly what it says.
I heard the cookie bit.
It says cookies for sure.
I don't know. Heard the nom nom.
I think he's doing yum yum, so we don't know exactly. But this is a brilliant little range. Just again, different type of collecting models.
Yeah.
So this is a Cookie Monster.
Well, he's got the cookie box on the back, and it looks like it's hinged, so you could probably
Yeah,
put
you
cookies
can
in the
probably
back of it.
open. And this is a classic Volkswagen van bus.
Yep.
Modified specifically to replicate the movie one. And
Yep.
yeah,
What he said.
is exactly that. So he's eating biscuits. So here we go.
Cool.
So, and I guess with this one, we are almost at the end for today. We've got a busy day out there.
We have. So what have we got here?
Again.
So we've got the Peugeot 406,
Yes,
driven by, how do you pronounce that?
a yellow.
A yellow. Is that because it's yellow?
It's actually quite funny. Yes.
All right.
Sure. Probably not, but yes.
Okay, so
So,
classic 406.
This is a racing model. I think for a manufacturer called Otto. Is it? I think it is. Brand new to us. This kind of mid-range racing, and also this racing kind of style. But I was quite impressed by the fact that, as we were saying before, they put camber on the wheels, and it's a different camber front and rear too, by the look of it. So really, really well. Let's put the top camera. Here we go. Okay, so you can probably see.
Do you notice the camber here?
You can definitely see that this is pointing out quite a bit.
It's a lot to get
It's
it under the wheel arches.
Yes.
Same with the rear end.
And the rear end too. So, but the rear end has much less camber compared to the front ones. And I guess this is very characteristic of this type of cars when they race, that you can really notice the level of camber.
They're all numbered?
They're definitely numbers. They're limited edition, not as limited as the BBR, for example, but there's still only 3,000 made. And the interior is quite nice too, because there's quite a bit of attention to the detail inside too.
Yep. So you can see the netting there to keep the driver's head in place.
Yep.
And then I'm not sure if I can get in there, but there's all the roll cages.
There's
and
roll
on this
cages.
side,
There's some.
there's all the instrumentation.
Dashboard. Yeah.
Yep. Just on the floor of the passengers compartment.
There's a fire extinguisher. There's quite a bit of detail overall. So 1/18 scale again.
Got the Peugeot line symbol
That's
on the
right.
front, and then you've got a sort of chunky badge on the
badge
back.
at the back.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
Nice little model. Here we go. And I guess this brings us to the end of today's show.
Right.
Pretty much.
That was quick.
It's been an hour already.
Right.
Uh,
Is there anything anyone wants us to go and grab?
exactly. Is there any more questions?
We can grab anything. Yeah, and
Absolutely.
questions. Easy.
Questions we can respond pretty quick. I guess, as always, we have videos going out every day.
Yep.
I think I lost track of what has been going
What's
in
today?
recent days, but
There's something today. There's an open boxing today of the brand new Tamiya M18 Hellcat.
that's just
So
arrived
that's a
new
tank destroyer.
this
Yep.
week, last week.
And then there's the open boxing of the motorcycle, the Suzuki.
Yes, brand new.
That's in a couple of days.
Brilliant.
So look out for those too. So brand spanking new kits, and you'll see how good they are. I go through each little sprue,
That's right.
and they look fantastic.
We have a couple of shorts going up on YouTube, which is a bit of a short format, quite artistic type
Yes.
videos of models that we built here, mostly. So we have the
We've got the Phantom
Phantom.
up. So everyone knows the Phantom.
Yeah.
Took 20 weeks to achieve, and we've got some close-ups of it to see exactly
That's
what
right.
it's like.
That's actually a very spectacular video.
Hmm.
And there is something coming up from the Ebro van that you built.
Yes, that'll
Isn't it?
come out as well. Yep.
Yeah.
So that'll be going live next week.
And there is
And-
a Ferrari, BBR Ferrari.
Yes.
That wasn't built by ours, obviously, but
That was built by BBO.
it was built by BBR, exactly. But that's a quite nice model as well.
Yep.
Uh,
And then there's also an open boxing from Tom as well. Tom's opening up one of the new Gundam kits,
and
one of
that,
the master grades.
and I was listening to his recording as I was doing my work, and it's actually very impressive detail explaining the difference between a couple of kits and what has been added and changed.
Yeah.
I was rather impressed, actually. I didn't know a lot, so that's looking forward to see that one in full when it's ready.
Yep.
And a lot more, I guess.
Yes.
more
So we've
videos,
got more planned for next week.
Yes.
It's going to be a big week next week. So we're expecting to be really busy here.
Definitely.
But we're going to make sure there's plenty to entertain you, and we'll be here again
Yes.
same time next week,
Absolutely.
and then the following week as well, right?
And the following week as well, yes,
Yes.
because I think New Year's Eve is on a Friday again from memory.
Yes.
Is it? Yes.
Yes.
So it'll be same. So 2 p.m. next Friday. So 2 more episodes before the end of 2021.
Yep.
And if you have any suggestion what we should do, please let us know throughout the week or in the comments.
Yep.
And we can see if we can make that happen.
And we had that live at home as well. So we're planning on doing a live at home once a month.
That's right.
So if you did catch up or you didn't catch up, you can
Yes.
always still see it on YouTube.
That's
It's
it.
always up there. Let us know what you'd like to see there as well,
That's
because
it.
that's got a totally different feel.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, we have questions here. So
Yes.
Clifton is asking if there is any news on SCX classic cars.
Classic.
SCX is releasing every year probably 3 or 4 new cars.
Right.
So very limited from that perspective. As some of you know, SCX stopped manufacturing a few years ago and they restarted recently. So we have a set that we presented just before. It's a really good set they produced.
Yep.
And we do have, I don't know, 6 or 7 different cars from SCX in stock. And there'll be more potentially down the track next year or so. So there's more production, but there's a few nice little things coming out here and there. obviously Scholastic and Carrera are probably the most prolific in the I guess mainstream market.
Yes.
And then you have all the kind of smaller manufacturer like Flyslot, and some of those producing quite a few very bespoke.
It's Ninko and things like that.
And so
And even
forth,
more
really.
bespoke as well. There's plenty out there.
Questions are coming.
Oh,
So,
good.
Anthony is asking about the Optima Mid.
Optima Mid. We've seen announcements that it's coming out. We haven't had anything official yet, though.
No.
It's all non-official. So let's hope and see. So from the rumors that are coming out,
Yes.
it seems like it'll be mid next year.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if it's mid next year, we'll get some notice beforehand.
Absolutely.
But that's pretty big, isn't it?
Looking forward to that.
Never ever re-released the Optima Mid. So
Wow.
when they re-released the Optimas, everyone went crazy, and now it's a regular thing.
That's it.
Although it's not always available. It's like
It's quite
every
consistent,
year or
really.
every couple of years.
There's always some in stock.
Yeah. But yeah, Optima Mid, that was like a game changer. Like Optima was fantastic, and then Optima Mid was wow.
Next level.
And then let's see if they do all the different versions of the Optima Mid, because the
As
Optima
well.
Mid had the Optima Mid SP, the long wheelbase, all different things.
Well, let's see. Mid next year for the Optima Mid.
Yep.
Obviously. Mid.
Mid.
Excellent. Very good. Well, in that case then, thank you everyone for joining us again. So we'll be back again next Friday, 2 p.m., same time, same place,
That's it.
for a Christmas Eve show.
What are we going to do for Christmas
I don't
Eve?
know. I think someone is going to have to suggest something here.
Do I have to dress up?
You should.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Should
you
I put
could
on-
or you should.
Should I put on a wig?
Anything you wish.
Oh,
Let's see
I'll
what
have to
Brad is
find a
going to
wig.
do. Brad has got plans, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. He's always got plans.
Good. Very good. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us again today. Have a good weekend and enjoy your Christmas shopping, I guess. And see you next Friday.
See you later.
Thank
Thanks
you for
joining.
watching.
It's been fun.